Hello there, and welcome to Von Ivan in the south of Crossroads. He is 2-0 up in this series, and he's up against in the north somebody that needs to be on the comeback trail. Who do we find, ICAB?
Helping Hands going in again on his Ostrupen strategy as the Wehrmacht. Let's talk for Britain. Come on, Hands.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
it.
do it.
We need those. We need those 3 lines on his shirt. Bring it home. That's it. And that is a very ironic reference right now. But of course, he is up against a fierce foe in the south. Von Ivan, ICAB, would it be fair to say Von Ivan has manhandled Helping Hands so far?
In the first game, it was far more severe than that manhandling. I'd use the word, but this is a family-friendly stream. In the second game, I would say it was a pretty close game. Hands put up a good fight, but ultimately his strategy failed against Von Ivan's. He didn't accomplish objectives he wanted to, and the game fell apart when Ostrupen were forced to try and make a comeback. This third game, there may be a little mental exhaustion on both players' fronts. It's been a long day, but hopefully they'll be able to come out swinging.
Helping Hands is fighting for something very precious. He wants to automatic right to qualify. This guy has already made a comeback. People thought he'd washed up. People questioned whether he'd even show up yesterday for this tournament. And he has done. And he played better than he's played all year. And somehow he's found himself in deep contention to have a bona fide ticket to Manchester to play in the 8-man double elimination spectacular live tournament that will be Grand Championship Series 2. Somehow Helping Hands is even in that picture, and that is an impressive feat in itself. That said, though, he needs to put a good showing in against Von Ivan if he wants to even have a hope of winning that ICA.
Absolutely.
Here you go, MG42 out for Hands, as you would expect. Conscript showing the benefits of green cover with that minus 50% received accuracy, counting towards the suppression.
Interesting to see that Helping Hands goes 3 Ostrupen with this strat and then stops at 3 Ostrupen.
Yeah.
I know a lot of other people who run this do 4 or even 5 Ostrupen just to really play aggressively in the first 3 minutes and try and end the game by 10.
It shows an alarming amount of rigidity from Helping Hands. He has not adopted or altered this strategy since 2014 when he first started using it, which I suppose is nice that he still uses the same strats and it's all that legacy and I'm able to cast him and say stuff like I just said. But at the end of the day, it means he hasn't come and gone with the times and said, oh, this could improve. This isn't quite as efficient as it could be. It's almost as though he finds something that works for him and he kind of sticks at it for as long as humanly possible.
It's interesting you should say that because he did exactly the same thing at UTT. An engineer goes down.
Carry on.
Not to take anything at all away from Hands, his micro and macro are excellent, and he's truly one of the most mechanically skilled players at this game. But at UTT, he was using an ancient Jagdtiger strat. He was trying to use Panzer Fusiliers when everybody was using Command Tank. And he was still trying to make USF and Brits work in this meta. His strats are very antiquated and nobody else is doing them, but that makes him so much more fun to watch in my opinion, because he's doing stuff and winning with stuff that nobody else is doing.
Yeah. I mean, it's not hard to deny the fact that Helping Hands has a huge following, and rightfully so. He's an excellent entertainer and streamer. But if you're a Helping Hands fan and you think we're railing on Hands, you're now not in a safe zone. This is an esports in inverted commas mentality where we will criticize, we'll criticize bad camera angles like that, and we will criticize players if we see faults in their game, and that's exactly what we're saying we see there. It's a little bit of rigidity, that's all we're saying. Von Ivan isn't a decisive lead, so of course we're not going to be criticizing him quite as much, ICAB, because he's looked pretty imperious today.
Yeah, nothing really to... Yeah, I can't really fault any of Von Ivan's gameplay. It's, both these players seem very similar to each other mechanically. It just seems that Von Ivan's strategies seem to hit more.
They have. But it has taken him a while to get going this year, Von Ivan. He said on his stream, second quali is mine. Then he said, third quali is mine, and now we're in the fourth qualification tournament. It needs to be noted, it did take him a little bit longer than he expected.
Indeed. It's interesting because he kind of threw the third qualifier by doing the sandbag thing, and the second qualifier he got that Stuka Barrage stuff against
Yeah.
Nagano. A little bit of misfortune, I guess.
Along the way, definitely. But today, even with the Overwatch commander, which was awesome, by the way, I actually think that isn't quite as bad as one would expect, especially with the Overwatch flares. But in general, today, he's been all killer, no filler. He's been going for it, and it's very pleasing to see.
Yeah, straight for the throat, even in this game. It's like, this is the deciding match, and he's already got 80% of the map against an Ostrupen strat. The whole point of Ostrupen is you want to win the early game, because you can't really come back with Ostrupen.
You cannot. And Von Ivan's doing an excellent job of probing, penetrating, and being very good at winning early game engagements and denying Helping Hands that early game situation. And fans may wonder how it is that Helping Hands has played the same side twice in a row. Well, basically how the GCS rules work is slightly different than tradition, but players love it. Fans have grown accustomed to it. So go and check it out on GCS2.org if you're ever wondering how the faction pick is decided. And you can also expand the game in the brackets to see who had faction pick at any one time. So Hans is railing back, and he will have the Flamer half track, well said by iCab.
It's so late though. It's coming out at the timing you would have it with Grens and T1. In fact, the Von Ivan T70 is going to hit the field at almost the same time as the Flamer half track. The window of opportunity is quite limited.
It is. Hans is a fat burglar, and this is an upper window that's only slightly ajar. It's the smallest window of opportunity ever, and he might just get stuck in it.
Yeah, good way of putting it. I like the metaphor.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what I'm here for. And we've got the pack 40 out for Hans, though, so to be fair to him, good game sense. He has been excellent today, Hans. He dispatched Refuro in fantastic fashion. Let's not count him out quite yet just because he was up against the top 3 player in the world.
FHT doing its usual thing. Getting conscripts very low. I think Von Ivan has forgotten about this squad. It's almost certainly too late to retreat it at this point.
Oh, squad wipe by the 251. Helping Hands is getting back into this series. He wants it. He just ate a mine with only losing one model of the pack 40. And this could be good. We've had it pointed out in chat by General G, always a good commenter rather, in many a competitive tournament stream. There is a mine on the base entrance for Von Ivan, which is always good to see. Shows that he does respect Hans. He knows that even though Hans is 2-0 down in this series, he is capable of those elite plays.
Yeah, it's also quite difficult to use Muni if you're going pure conscripts. May as well use it for something.
That's Faustin on the T70. Also a nice hit by the pack 40. Will he find another? Does he have range? Does he have sight? Oh, he misses and hits the crane. That is unfortunate for Hans. He's also now getting attacked by the conscript. 251 trying its best to mitigate.
Yeah, that I don't think it would have killed the T70 if it had connected, but it's yeah, that's unfortunate.
No, I think it just had slightly over the threshold in health. It needs, I think, about 30, maybe 30. It's like 3 pack shots to kill the T70, isn't it? And it had about 40% health, so you're probably right there.
Yeah, it's like 3 AT gun hits or 2 AT gun hits and a forced.
Forced. May the force be with you.
Use the forced hands.
I once watched a Company Heroes Online caster describe the Wehrmacht as the Wurmuscht.
Oh, okay.
That's the worst one ever. Ostrupen, not availing too badly. We have a Vet 2 Ostrupen, to be honest, ICAB. He's got 7 infantry kills. Not doing that badly, in all honesty. Just had a supply drop in base as well. With a pack, an MG34, and some munitions.
Incredibly brazen T70 movement by Von. He just moved through like 3 of the most obvious teller spots without sweeping.
No, he's clearing tellers with a T70. It may cost 260 manpower, 70 fuel, but it's worth the 50 munitions your Wehrmacht has. Von Ivan's a genius.
Maybe, but if he had I mean, I guess that's a calculated risk that didn't go through because he didn't hit a teller, but...
What is he doing?
I'm so confused right now.
I'm so confused right now. Is Von Ivan answering a call? Has he got a special Von Ivan Entertainment website on his second tab and he's playing with one hand? We just don't know at this point. He's 2-0 up in the series. He might be coasting. He might think it's easy, but he is up against Helping Hands, one of the best players the game's ever seen. And although he might not be so good this year, he's still capable of amazing plays. That's why he's in the final today. So he should never, ever be counted out before it's truly over.
Yeah, Hans also, I mean, I thought this game was over, but he's made a pretty great comeback, secured a triple cap for himself across the map, and now defending extremely well.
Oh, he detonates Tala, kills 3 Ostrupen. There we go, though. We've or the mine rather. We've had a nice Faust, and the Pack 40 is in tow.
Buy some time for the T70. From the T70.
Indeed. Going to try and get a shot off here. Let's get a bit of fog of war for Hans. He can't see it quite yet. He can see the combat engineers. He can guess maybe. Not going to risk it for a biscuit, and that makes perfect sense. 3 MGs. That's interesting.
Ivan, yeah, he's getting completely railed. I guess this is the same strat that Hans really destroyed Referral with, so maybe he has a lot more practice with it on this map.
Hans is teching for Battle Phase 2 as we speak. He's got fuel in the bag, and he'll be able to get the Panzer IV out in the next 4 to 5 minutes. Easily.
T70's about to die.
Oh my god, we've got incendiary rounds. They could take it out. Oh my lord, how did that survive? One more rail? No!
What on earth, man? The pack shot went through the it went through the T70.
That actually, from my World War II readings, that actually was a thing. Apparently, sometimes tank rounds went through tanks and, like, you know, killed one guy and the tank's absolutely fine. He's the Faust, though. Is it? The model got killed! And he lost the ability! He's got one more shot. The pack indeed finishes the job. That would have been so funny. Dude, could you imagine Hans's rage? Sorry, guys. But could you imagine Hans's rage should the Faust model get killed and then, you know, he never gets a chance to do it again? Holy crap.
Hans doesn't mind when he's winning. When he gets bad luck, it's more when he's losing. I've noticed from the stream.
I know. But we can't state these factual facts of Helping Hands because we've got so many Helping Hands fans in chat and they'll eat us alive, you know? He's the most popular player. T70. True. Oh, big shots in. Nice Faust, but was it worth it? Packs might make it worth it. Conscripts could get the kill. Oh, they kill the Pack 40 instead.
The enemy has broken our supply lines.
Not bad.
A sector.
Yeah, this is looking really good for Hans. Von Ivan definitely is still in this, but...
Ooh. Here we go.
Stolen pack is taken back.
If this Pack 40 gets taken, this could be siding. He's going to go for it. Ostrupen and try and gun him down. They need to get these shots off. The MG needs to target it. They do indeed. Pack 40 is inched forward and then taken out of control. But here comes the conscripts to take it themselves. Trading hands. The Pack 40 inches closer to Von Ivan's territories and it's now in Soviet hands.
I like that, by the way. The AT gun of hands is trading hands.
Yeah, it was deliberate, dude. It's fine. But thank you.
10,000
I
IQ.
appreciate it. My dude, it's not that I'm clever. It's just that I've been doing this for too effing long, man. Like, if you ever want to, oh god, just go and put AECO Hall of Fame cast from Co 1. It's like 2011 or some shit. It's like the tank is moving, and the infantry are running away, and oh no, they've started to retreat. Dude, like, you don't get good at casting without putting the hours in, basically.
Yeah, it's like any other skill. Experience and talent.
Correct, and that's why your 10,000 hours of Dota 2 have landed you a top 6,000 space in EU, and that is something to be proud of, ICAP.
Can control.
You can put that straight on your CV.
The Panzer IV's out.
Changing topic quickly, Panzer IV is indeed out.
Yeah, I don't think anybody in chat wants to hear about Dota 2. Every time I mention it to, Dota 2 players, their eyes glaze over.
And of course they will, because it's a terrible game and MOBAs are for fat teenagers. Panzer IV doing a great job in the centre, but the Ziskuns have position. Not Ziskuns, sorry. We've got a Pack 40 here with a great penetration and an 18 nade at max range. This could be big, ICAB.
Ooh, yeah, it was close, but that Pack 40 is going to be a problem. I mean, observation of the sentry there, but
Conscripts pushed away. 251 on 13 kills. ICAB survives the MOBA BM. And it's looking like a fiercely good game, I must say. Helping Hands is in the commanding position with the victory points, but it's any man's game to win.
yeah, if there's one thing to look out for in Von Ivan games, it's his insane comebacks. Mechanized Campania is going up for Von Ivan now. He's only 2 minutes away from a T-34.
PPSH is running in behind the support weapons. The Pack 40 is going to reverse away. The MG will run away, but the damage could be done, ICAB.
Yeah, this is certainly going to lead to a cut-off rate. The flamer half track might go down. Oh, no, not quite. This kind of happened in the last game though, right? These PPSH conscripts are just so good at decrewing support weapons, and with subpar screening from the Ostrupen, like instead of Grens you have Ostrupen, suddenly you can't keep your support weapons alive because there's nothing to protect.
We have a second Panzer IV out today. And it's going to secure a lead for Helping Hands. Well said, General G. And here they are, acting as a tandem, a gruesome twosome. The Brothers of Destruction, they rail in, and they need to decrew these AT guns to make a true go of this, and they might just do that, ICAB.
Full face push by Hands. Just rushing in. He saw his opportunity, he took it.
Oh, dude, that is huge. That could be 2-1 in this series if they're destroyed. No, one conscript gets in there. But the 251's in to seal the deal. Conscript's about to go down. There you go. An 18-8 has come in. We've also had a Pack 40 stolen in the north. It's all going on. It's all over the place. 251 goes down to a mine. ICAB, it's all going on. It's effing crazy out there.
The chaos is everywhere. What is this engagement? Stolen Pack has found its way around to the Panzer IV.
And the T-70 is going to try and find the rear armor of the Panzer IV. Every shot is penetrating. Why? Panzer IV reverses into the enemy. Can't hit. Packs both down. All the AT guns are down. But here come the Ostrupen, masters of recrewing.
This was quite painful for Von. All the Ostrupen have fled into support now and reclaim the support weapons before Von can get there. Von's not out of it yet. I thought this was going to be a lot worse than it was, but
Ready for assignment.
losing this number of AT guns and a conscript, it's painful.
Look at that swathe of humanity. It's the last resilience of the Soviets right now because the Germans look set to close the pocket. And Hans wants back in on this series. He's not ready to lose quite yet. He just didn't like crossing in the woods. Give him half a chance and he'll be back for good. Just like the Backstreet Boys. Here comes a Faust. Dead T-70.
Oh, that's unfortunate. It's interesting, Hans doesn't actually have the forced bulletin, but the range of that was crazy.
Oh, Merge. Merge to the rescue. Escaping the MG42.
Yeah, great merge usage, an underrated ability, but a lot of people, such as myself, forget that it exists, but that is truly the best way to use it in securing captured support weapons.
I want to address a point in chat. People thought I was directly BMing iCab. I was not. It was against just MOBA players in general. iCab is a legend. He's an awesome guy for casting today on his very first attempt. Choosing to cast a final of a huge tournament. That's brave, iCab, it must be said. And you're doing an excellent job, dear sir. And here we go. We've got a huge railway artillery support in.
250 immunity to move a bunch of support weapons.
Yeah.
It should be noted that Hans has the muni for another one immediately after this.
Oh, God, what's going to happen? Ah! That's scary. The shed's down. The immortal shed of Crossroads.
Rest in peace, Sheddy.
Sheddy McGeddy. He's down and out. Ah! It's such a terrible ability in Elite Level 1 versus 1. Many of you 723 folk may be 4v4 scrubs, and you will have remembered that railway artillery killing you. What you have to remember about these players is that they're good at the game.
Feels bad, man.
Feels really bad, man. I'm with you guys. I'm not in this level. I just get to cast them. That's my claim to fame. Oh, we've had a mine go off, it seems. And Panzerfall's slowed to a crawl.
Should be fine.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Fawn, I guess, is saving for a KB1. He's had the feel for a T-34 for a while now, but both his
This is
AT
another
guns
one.
now.
Schwer Gustav's hungry. Om nom nom. Give him more shells. I tell you what, this could be better. Oh, it could be. The MG42 was taken out. The second shell will be a bit further off the cursor. It was way over here. And this third one could actually be over here if you're not careful. Honestly. About there's the limit. This combat engineer could die. Nah, it'll be okay. Oh, it loses 2 models.
dies recurring the MG.
Oh yeah, the combat engineer did die. It was vetted as well. Lol.
That was the flamethrower as well. It looks pretty bad for Von. Not really any time to do anything now. He's triple capped with only 100 seconds on the board.
Let's look at the tactical map. A swathe of red as Helping Hands is back in the series. The first best of 5 in GCS2 to feature maybe a comeback?
Yeah, a third. It's interesting. Wehrmacht have looked stronger this entire tournament.
Enemy is down to 75
But yeah.
points.
It's interesting. First best of 5 to go further than the first 3 games.
It is indeed. Because let's have a quick look at the others as we see the brackets and the completed history of brackets. And the first one, of course, was Barbarossa. First final, 3-0 to Devem. It was embarrassing for Talisman. Second one was 3-0 to Nagano. It was embarrassing for Von Asten. He pretty much tapped out. And then Overlord, same kind of situation. 3-0 to Love Nest. It was a dark day for Jesulin. And then in this one, ICAB, we have a confirmed first authentic possible competitive best of 5 in GCS2.
Losing a sector.
Brumbar out now. Maybe Von Ivan could turn it with the KV1, but it's rough.
It is rough. It's like a. Could I show KD, please? Of course I can show KD. I'm here to entertain and to provide a service. And Von Ivan's KD is horrendous. It is actually genuinely nearly 0.5. Or just over 0.5, at 0.52 actually.
Just playing against like beautiful things.
KV1 is out, but the Pac-40 has him in his sights. Got some airborne abilities dropped in the rear.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Barrage goes down, but
Indeed. Thinking,
Enemy can
is it going to be all worth it? It's 10 victory points left. Let's get some hype in chat because I know for a fact Von Ivan is capable of comebacks. That said, the Brumbear's really big and really scary. So, yeah, let's not pretend. I can't force fake hype when I see a Brumbear. I know the Brumbear is just the ultimate weapon of ferocity and destruction. It's the Sturmpanzer, for God's sake.
this
Look
unit
at that
is
fat
the-
ass. It's beautiful. It's got a beautiful ass.
Are those searchlights? Oh no, the treads. Okay, I get it. It's like stuff for the suspension.
losing a sector.
Oh,
Have to
KV1.
say as well. Oh, both shots penetrate.
Oh, there we go. Sturmpanzer with a huge shot. KV1 got penetrated by the Panzer IV. It's now going to try and find an angle. It's got some AT guns. It's cleared the path, by the way. Just destroyed the bushes. And also, we've just had Sturmovik attacks. Von Ivan ain't dead yet in this game 3. Pushed away there. Sturmovik's also giving some things to think about.
3 Pentelmans on the field, though. These Sturmoviks should go down pretty quickly.
We are losing a sector.
Oh, dude, one of them crashed into the fucking Maxim.
Oh,
my
did
God.
it? Was that there? I see that
Yeah.
now, indeed. I tried to find it. There we go. And now we've had Railway on the centre. Conscripts don't want to retreat through that shite. They would have died.
Railway artillery goes down somewhere.
It's in the centre, indeed. The conscripts had to retreat through it. They didn't survive. Brumbear was pushed away. Von Ivan's still in this. He got 9 VPs, but now the MG34 is capping. Here comes the Zis with probably a barrage, but it ain't going to do too much because these 9 VPs will dissipate. And here comes Hans to seal the deal.
The other plane crashed onto the medic bunker.
Oh, did it really?
Von Ivan's calling in kamikaze plane.
Nice.
Only 15 seconds left.
Oh,
Pack goes down.
let's count down with ICAB. Counting with ICAB. That AT gun is
7.
destroyed. 3 victory points dissipate into the ether as we now see Helping Hands launch himself into this best of 5 series. Finally, he's 2-1 down. It's last chance saloon, but it ain't over till it's over, and it certainly ain't that yet. Wow, ICAB, what a game, what a series.
Yeah, it was it was intriguing. Von Ivan at like 5 minutes had the entire map and then somehow got pushed off. Intriguing.
It did, and